Once upon a time, there was a farmer's daughter named Emma who went barefoot in the summer, talked to the pigs, and liked to sit in the branches of the old cherry tree all year round. She did wear boots in the winter. On the first day of Christmas, the young local prince saw Emma in her tree. There and then he knew that she, and only she, could be his one true love. The prince asked the farmer for Emma's hand in marriage. The farmer asked Emma how she felt about such an honor. Emma wasn't all that thrilled. The prince had a funny smile, and he was, to be sure, a prince, but she couldn't imagine herself living happily in a castle. "No," she said, "but thank you, prince." However, the prince would not take no for an answer. Instead, that very next day, he sent her by royal messenger a partridge in a pear tree. Emma was pleasantly surprised. On the second day of Christmas, 2 messengers came bearing a cage with 2 turtle doves and another partridge in another pear tree. Emma was charmed. On the morning of the third day of Christmas, 3 men trudged through the snow with 3 French hens, 2 more turtle doves, and a third partridge in a third pear tree. "He's overdoing it," muttered Emma's mother. On the fourth day of Christmas, more messengers brought out 4 calling birds who called out, "Emma! Emma! Emma! Emma!" 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and another partridge in yet another pear tree. "We'd better build a birdhouse," said Emma's father. Her mother made 10 quarts of pear jam. On the 5th day of Christmas, Emma received 4 more calling birds, 3 more French hens, 2 more turtle doves, and another partridge in a pear tree. And for a change, 5 golden rings. At dawn on the 6th day of Christmas, Emma was still in bed when she heard 6 knocks at the cottage door. She peeked out the window and saw 6 swans swimming in a silver pool. All the other birds were staked up by the chimney. 5 more golden rings were tied to the door handle. Knock. Knock, knock. Knock, 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 knock. It was the 7th day of Christmas. When she opened the door, Emma saw 7 geese a-laying, 6 more swans a-swimming, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and another partridge in a pear tree. "That makes 69 birds, and they're all laying eggs," she groaned. On the 8th day of Christmas, there was something new. 8 milking maids, each with her own pail, milking stool, and cow. Behind them were 7 more geese, 6 more swimming swans, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, and 2 turtle doves. 4 more golden rings were hanging on the pear tree. A partridge was chewing on the 5th. Worn out, Emma dreamed she heard music, but it was no dream. It was the morning of the 9th day of Christmas, and what she heard were 9 pipers piping a tune that was so lovely, She could almost ignore the 8 new milkmaids and their cows, the 7 new geese, the 6 new swans, the 5 new golden rings, the 4 new calling birds, 3 new French hens, 2 new turtle doves, and, way off in the distance, the partridge in the pear tree. She could almost ignore them, but not quite. On the 10th day of Christmas, the cottage door flew open, and 10 drummers drummed their way inside to the 9 pipers piping. The 8 milkmaids tumbled after, with all the cows, geese, swans, golden rings, calling birds, French hens, turtle doves, and of course, a partridge in another new pear tree. The farmer and his wife packed some eggs and 100 jars of pear jam and left home to visit the farmer's ancient parents who lived far away on the other side of the kingdom. Emma stayed home to watch over the farm. That night, she made 52 pear omelets for all the drummers, pipers, and maids. She fed the cows 24 bales of hay. The birds did very well on chopped pears and cottage cheese. On the 11th day of Christmas, 11 ladies danced in with 10 more drummers, 9 more pipers, 8 more milking maids, and all the usual birds. Emma made 90 omelets, squeezed 10 gallons of pear juice, and fed everybody. Then she threw the 35 rings at the 32 calling birds who were driving her crazy, screeching, "Emma! Emma! Emma! Emma!" On the 12th day of Christmas, a very weary Emma climbed up to the hayloft for some sleep. But over the snowy hills she saw 12 leaping lords, 11 dancing ladies, 10 drummers drumming, 9 pipers piping, 8 milkmaids with cows, the 7 laying geese, the 6 swimming swans, the 5 pages bearing 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and just behind the pear tree and its partridge, the prince himself, smiling his funny smile. In spite of herself, Emma was enchanted. The prince ran into the house and up the ladder. "Emma, my own true love," he cried, "now will you be my princess and live with me in the castle?" "Prince dear, yes and no," Emma replied. "I've been thinking, most of the castle's people must be here by now. If they stayed and you stayed, well, then we could be married. Would you like to be my farmer princess?" "I'd love it," he said. And so it was that Emma and the prince, in the company of 12 lords, 22 ladies, 30 drummers, 36 pipers, 40 milking maids and their cows, 42 geese, 42 swans, 36 calling birds, 30 French hens, 22 turtle doves, 12 partridges, and Emma's father and mother exchanged 40 golden rings and were very happily married. The pear trees grew into an orchard, and the cows into a dairy herd, and the 184 birds laid thousands of eggs, most of which hatched.